Hello, Pony. This is Nortes432 here, and today we're going to be reading fLuTtEr 10. Also, buy my tree carrots, please. fLuTtEr 10. Holed up in the small cabin on the ground, within view of Rainbow Dash's lovely cloud home, a certain yellow Pegasus pony was starting to get annoyed, but hid it beneath her calm and gentle facade. Darn you, Dashy. I need to get out and find food for my baby. He must have finished off Carrot Top by now and must be hungry. She smiled at some of the animals she was caring for at the moment. A glance out the window told her it was only late afternoon. Tonight, I have to go out and hunt. Maybe in Mainbar to the south. I haven't hunted there yet. Rising to her hooves, Fluttershy walked to the front door and peeked out. She knew it would only take a couple of hours' flight to the small village, as she had taken the trip on occasion in the past. Hey, Sha! Dash's voice called out as the cyan and rainbow pony landed a few lengths away. Remember when you said you would know how to fly like a hawk? Think you could show me? There's plenty of daylight left to burn, and I'm bored. Fluttershy whimpered a little. I only know how they can fly. You said that you knew I could fly like a falcon. Come on, it'll be fun. Fluttershy sighed and sighed. There was no getting away from her forceful friend at times like this. Still, she had to at least try. Don't know. I'm so worried about what happened to Carrot Top. What if whatever took her comes after us while we're flying? Yeah, as if anything could catch me right in the air at any time. And if you can fly like a falcon, then you'll be impossible to catch too. Dash was really pushing her luck. Darn it, Dashy. You're just pissing me off now. Well, and besides, I'll protect you. Alright, if you really want me to. Dash grinned and spread her wings. Come on, let's go. Fluttershy followed Rainbow Dash into the sky. The pair finally reached cloud height, and Fluttershy settled down on a cloud. Dash landed next to her friend, fluttering her wings before folding them. This would be the perfect morning if it wasn't for all this strange and horrible stuff happening. The Rainbow Maiden Mare sighed. I can't wait for Twi to get back. We'll find whatever has been doing this and deal with it really fast. Not likely, my friend. Not if I have anything to say about it. You know, Dash suddenly stated, it's strange. This seems to have started us all shortly after you got stung just before spring. Fluttershy's ears perked up. Why do you say that? I don't know. Dash eyed her friend. I mean, you got stung. Not long after, Angel dies, Butterjumper goes missing, and about the time we find that skeleton. I've also been hearing stories about ponies disappearing off in the woods Everfree. And that Pegasus from Chartingham. I knew Crash back in Clydesdale, and he was a little flyer. His home was not far from the Everfree forest. Yes, it's all horrible. Fluttershy went looking away. What are you getting at, Dashy? And oddly, you live right next to the edge of the forest, but you haven't been touched. Kinda odd, isn't it? Maybe I'm just lucky so far, Fluttershy replied. Dash sighed. Fluttershy, we've known each other all our lives. I know when something's wrong with you. What do you mean? Well, I've been by your place a few times, and I check up on you these last few weeks. You have? Yeah, and you were not home at those times. Fluttershy glanced up at Dash, but said nothing. Oddly, those were the nights that I've heard ponies had disappeared. Crap! Of all the ponies to figure something out. I didn't want to hurt Dashy, but I might have to. What were you doing out on those nights? Checking up on you, Sha. I'm always worried about you. You're like my little sister after all. Dash nuzzled Fluttershy's chin. I hate to think you might be the next one to go missing. I'm staying with you now. I'll be fine. Fluttershy nuzzled back. I know you can protect me. Dash nuzzled her a little more. But I need to know. Are you trying to find this thing on your own? Oh, Dashy. I'm relieved to hear you say that. Or are you somehow involved? Dang it! How could I be involved? I'm not strong or tough. You know I never hurt another living creature. Would you? Dash looked oddly serious. Come on, Fluttershy. This is Rainbow Dash you're talking to. I know you can tell me anything. Fluttershy stood up suddenly. Dashy, if you want to know, catch me. She ran and jumped off the cloud, vanishing from view. Dash blinked. What the hey? She rushed after Fluttershy and dove after her. Ahead of her, Fluttershy was diving for the ground, her wings partially folded, allowing her maximum falling speed, but perfect control. A falcon dive? That's a dangerous stunt, Dash thought as she folded her wings the same way and focused on her friend. She could clearly see Fluttershy's wings, and again, just like that one time, they looked odd. How can she fold her wings like that? She's diving faster than me, too. She flapped her wings to build speed. Without warning, Fluttershy spread her wings and pulled up at a very sharp angle. Dash couldn't believe that move and tried to pull up to match the yellow Pegasus. Falcon wings? She can see them clearly, even as Fluttershy caught up an updraft and shot up past Dash, gaining height rapidly. Her own wings flared out and caught the same updraft, yet Fluttershy was gaining altitude even faster. This is impossible. Fluttershy's always been a weak flyer. How can she have gone so good without me noticing? Has she been going out at night and practicing? Dash shook that thought from her head. That was impossible. There was no way that Fluttershy could have gone so good in such a short time. Fluttershy banked and weaved, moving with amazing grace, speed, and agility. Dash, she was faster if given the right circumstances. She flapped harder and started to gain on Fluttershy. Fluttershy! What's going on with you? Dash called out. Fluttershy didn't answer, as she led Rainbow Dash over the every forest. Come get me, Dashy. I know you're a strong flyer, but now, so am I. She flapped, gaining speed before diving, her wings flapping to push her speed even further. What the heck is she thinking? Dash rolled and dove, gaining a quick burst of speed. She took aim at Fluttershy and flapped as fast as she could. Even as she could feel a certain pressure building, Fluttershy kept out of reach. Dash gasped as the air started to form a cone around Fluttershy. Tears poured from Dash's eyes from the wind pressure alone, as the air started forming into a cone around her. She can't be thinking of pulling a sonic rainbow. It's hard enough for even me to do. Dash pressed the speed, feeling the cone narrow, and watched as Fluttershy's narrowed as well, and her friend was still gaining speed in her dive. Fluttershy gave one more flap and folded her wings into the falcon dive, and pierced the sound barrier. It was a beautiful sight, the ring of soft pink radiating out with a loud boom. A moment later, Dash pulled through the barrier herself, the twin rings radiating out in such an awe-inspiring display, assuming there was any pony around to be so inspired. Dash was blinded momentarily from flying through Fluttershy's contrail and sonic burst. She couldn't see anything but pink. She spread her wings and tried to pull up, not wanting to crash into the ground, but something struck her in the back and wings, hard. She screamed as she felt feathers get ripped out from one wing, throwing off her attempt to control her flight. She spun out of control, the world spinning around her as her vision cleared. The last thing Rainbow Dash saw before hitting the trees was a strange yellow Pegasus pony with red and black mane and tail, and brightly glowing red eyes. fLuTtEr flew down and examined Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash had crashed into a spear thorn tree with expected results. The blue pony had been impaled brutally on several spear-length thorns. Poor Rainbow Dash. Such a horrible accident. The cruel creature laughed. She then heard Dash cough and felt hot blood splatter on one of her legs. Oh, still alive? Dash looked into the eyes of this monster. What? She coughed again. One of her lungs had been pierced, and her coughing ripped up more blood. Her entire body was in agony. Oh, my dear Dashy, don't you even recognize your oldest friend? fLuTtEr admired her friend. Both wings pierced by multiple times each. Her abdomen pierced by no less than half a dozen of the thin needle-tipped thorns. There was even some through her legs, 4 in her chest, and even one piercing her right ear. fLuTtEr. Dash's vision was fading fast. Yes, fLuTtEr. I'm not so shy anymore, you know. She grinned. You know, after you bleed out and die, I think, rather than eating you, I'll have you brought back to Ponyville. We have to mourn your death properly, and saying you're no unicorn, you don't have any special memories hidden away. But to make sure nobody can use magic to make your corpse talk, I have to make sure there's no head left. Dash couldn't believe it. She was going to die, right before a monster that she had always thought was her oldest and dearest friend. Dashy, don't worry. I'll be very distraught. Unfortunately, we were attacked, and you did sacrifice your safety to save me. How loyal. She laughed in her kind, gentle way. Dash didn't hear the laughter, her life having left her moments before. Fluttershy came crashing into the center of Ponyville, right outside Rarity's boutique. The poor mare was covered in small cuts and scratches. She was crying and sobbing hysterically. Rarity rushed down and gasped, Fluttershy? Oh, Celestia, what happened to you? Rainbow Dash. She clung to Rarity and bawled. Rarity paled. What happened to Rainbow Dash? What happened to you? Monster attacked us. She coughed a few times. Dash, she fought back. I flew away. Oh no! Rarity went stiff. Where? Where did this happen? Everfree. She then fell limp, having passed out. Fluttershy lay in Rarity's own bed. The unicorn pony didn't care one bit that some blood had gone on her designer sheets and comforter. A little magic and careful washing, and they would be fine. Rarity tended to the many claw scratches on Fluttershy's body. They were not deep or life-threatening, and there was only a few. Whatever hurt Fluttershy, these claws were sharp. She was so lucky to have gotten away. I hope Rainbow Dash did as well. She sighed as she heard the front door of the boutique slam open. Rarity came down to see a stern-looking Pegasus pony, wearing the armor of a royal guard. Are you Miss Rarity? Yes, I am the one who had Spike send the letter to the princess. He nodded. I need to speak with the witness. She's sleeping. She was totally exhausted from this ordeal. Rarity remained calm, but her worry was written in her eyes. Then bring me to her. I'll wake her and question her. She is the first pony to survive these attacks. I think she should be left to sleep for. The guard glared at Rarity. We didn't find any clues at the last murder scene. This little pony's our only chance to find out what did this. He stormed past Rarity and headed up the stairs to the upper floor. Rarity was very insulted. She remembered the stallion from the investigation into Carrot Top's disappearance. He was not a pleasant pony to deal with. He had made Fluttershy cry when he had interrogated her. Dash had been very shaken up herself from her own interrogation. Where is she? He spun and glared at Rarity. In my room. The Pegasus turned and kicked the first door open, revealing Rarity's bedroom. Fluttershy was awake, and string and frightened at the door, which was no longer on its hinges. You! The guard stormed up to the bed and was in Fluttershy's face. What attacked you and Rainbow Dash? Fluttershy cowered back and nearly fell out of the bed. Celestia, darn you to heck, Mayor. Answer my questions here, or I will bring you into Canterlot for questioning. Fluttershy did fall out of the bed this time and scurried away, cowering in the corner and crying loudly. Stop this at once! Rarity demanded. You have no right to burst into my home like this and attack my friend. Rarity wanted to use her magic and send this uncouth ruffian flying out of her home, even if it cost her a window. Still, he was a royal guard. To attack him would be a very bad idea. I have all the right when it comes to this case. He turned on Rarity and was right in her face. I have all the authority of Princess Celestia behind me on this case. I want to know what happened to my daughter. He suddenly froze at his outburst and staggered back. Rarity had been ready to scream back, her own voice catching in her throat. Daughter? Dash. Rainbow Dash. He pulled off his helmet, revealing a striking rainbow mane and white coat. His eyes were a brilliant blue, but filled with anger and pain. Please, if my daughter was attacked, I don't know what I'll do. Rarity's own finger faded away. Sir, please calm down. If you give Fluttershy and myself some time, and if you calm down, maybe we can answer your questions. Fluttershy is a very shy pony, and this attack has shaken her up even more. Oh yes, I am so shaken up. By the time those Ponyfield Pegasus ponies find Dash's shredded remains, oh, the sight they will behold. She had wanted to eat Rainbow Dash, but knew better. She didn't need blood on her breath after all, not while playing this game. I will wait downstairs, and I'll pay for your door. Dash's father slowly walked out the room and down the stairs to wait in the kitchen. Rarity slowly approached Fluttershy, who was looking even more terrified now than when she had crashed outside the shop. Fluttershy, it's all right. What's that? Rainbow Dash's father. Rarity knelt down and comforted Fluttershy. Shh, it'll be okay. Dash must have lived. She's very strong and fast. Oh, she's not so strong now. Well, let's play this game and see where it takes us. I didn't know. Dashy's dead. She rose shakily to her hose. I didn't know. She sobbed again. Oh, Dashy. That monster. Time to throw him off the trail. Fluttershy followed Rarity into the kitchen. She saw the familiar Pegasus pony. He was, indeed, Rainbow Dash's father. Sir, Rarity spoke softly. Are you all right? No, I'm worried about my daughter. I've always been worried, but now I'm worried sick. He wiped tears from his eyes. He was just a pony after all, not some heartless machine. Crystal? Fluttershy spoke ever so softly as she stepped out. She was still shivering, looking like she was still very nervous. Oh, Fluttershy, I'm so sorry I scared you. When I was given the letter, oh, Celestia, I thought my heart stopped. I flew here as fast as I could. He sat by the table and not making any moves. Please forgive me. Fluttershy nodded and approached. I'm sorry I'm such a coward. Crystal nodded. Can you tell me what attacked you and my daughter? It had a red and black mane. It was covered in black scales. Fluttershy shuddered. Large black wings, like dragon wings. It was larger than a pony, and those eyes, They were red, like blood. Fluttershy grabbed hold of Rarity and shuddered. It was a horrible monster. I didn't see it well. Dashie, she saw it and told me to fly. It attacked me, scratching at me, but Dashie attacked it and saved me. She walked over and sat next to the larger Pegasus. She wrapped her wing over his back. She's strong. She can't have been killed. Crystal hugged Fluttershy back. I believe in Rainbow Dash. I raised her to be strong. Rarity smiled a little, even though she was worried. She was glad this Pegasus was not as mean as she had thought. She could see a lot of him in Rainbow Dash. A knock came at the door, shaking all three ponies. Rarity hurried and answered the door. It's Captain Dash here. A low-ranking royal guard stood before Rarity, looking almost sick to his stomach. Yes, he is. Please come in. Rarity could feel her heart sink deep a beat at the sight of his face. This pony had either seen something horrible or been given the news to deliver. Captain Crystal Dash stepped out of the back room. Private Rainsong, what news have you? We found Rainbow Dash, he choked. Oh, Celestia, I'm so sorry, Captain. I'll take you there right away. Twilight closed at yet another thick tome. She glanced at Silence Grave, her only physical company. So, Silence, another week to go. I bet you're dying to get out of here. Well, she grinned, small fangs faintly visible. She levitated all dozen of her personal tomes around her. She stopped at the last one that still had some pages available. Bring me the Necronomicon Exaltum, the last book I need to study. Silence Grave nodded and flew off to fetch the book. Soon I can get out of here and find out what's been going on these last 3 bucking months. She looked at her flank, at her cutie mark, and the 4 stars that remained. One of them had vanished just this morning. Still, as worried as she should be, she wasn't. She was more excited. She wanted to try out her new powers. Necromancy. She had originally intended to learn a single spell that would let her find the unicorn skeleton skull, and hopefully, her horn. But now, she was thinking of other things. Dark things. To be continued. fLuTtEr. Oh my god, Rainbow Dash is dead! I don't have to do that annoying voice anymore. I mean, oh my gosh, Rainbow Dash is dead. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Everyone loves Rainbow Dash, right? Yeah, everyone loves Rainbow Dash. Anyways, this is a really nice chapter. It keeps getting better and better. It's fLuTtEr. I only got 7 more chapters to go. Yeah. So, I'm kind of disappointed at the lack of Whisperwing and the lack of tree carrots, but hey, they're most likely going to be somewhere, right? I want my tree carrots. You don't understand. I have recently gone a fond of tree carrots. Oh wait, like it was... Just look at my last video, okay? Tree carrots, man. Tree carrots. It's a thing now. I'm going to make it a thing. And it's all thanks to you, AnnonyMouse. You have made me addicted to these tree carrots. Buy my tree carrots. Ciao.